excited. Okay, so the ghost that first popped our microphone
Yep.
off the top,
Yep.
then I'm assuming unplugged our audio. I don't even know how that
Reset the
happened.
audio.
You know,
And then just knocked over our Nick Fury.
Yep.
and-
And
Dude, I think this place is haunted. So with that, we are 5Alive. I'm Bobby T.
Martin.
and you missed out on the best episode we ever had because
really
we didn't have any audio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Yeah,
the
you know, the
we had
fans
this
of the-
amazing audio. Every joke was like everyone was laughing.
Yeah, man.
It was
Oh,
like people
man.
were coming in off the street.
Just they were like, it is so funny. We hear your jokes through the windows
Exactly,
and this
yep.
interesting speak
Exactly,
about
yep.
all these toys. We have to
Yeah,
come in.
it was a
Yeah,
10 out of 10 episode,
Yeah.
and you guys.
And there was no audio. We blame the ghost of Akiba Underground.
But shout out to Rebecca for
boy.
calling
Yes.
Akiba Underground and letting us know
Yes.
that there was no sound. So
That's,
appreciate
that's-
that, Rebecca.
yeah.
While she was happy
Our
that
faithful listeners.
listener.
Yeah.
Listener.
or watcher.
Yeah, watcher. She's not a fan of Martin, so I think she like begrudgingly.
Again,
called-
33% good, 66% bad.
Yeah, she was like, I want to hear what they are saying, but Martin's a real turd bird.
Yep. She's like a third of what's going on here is great. The rest of it's awful.
So we'll just do a quick summation. We are at Akiba Underground in Clinton, Connecticut.
Yeah.
It is
Home of
in
all things anime, manga.
manga.
As we
had the official ruling.
Exactly. Yep. And they've got some really sweet blind boxes over here. I'm probably gonna have to stop in the middle of this episode and buy some. I see some Hatsune Miku stuff, some Gundam stuff.
That Gundam stuff I'm
Yeah.
very interested in.
And for Rebecca, I see some like little mini blind boxes that have some like food dishes
Yeah, I
in
think
it.
we're
I
going
know
to have
she's
to
gonna love
definitely
that.
get
yeah.
Rebecca one or two things
Yeah.
from here for the call. That was a
Yeah.
pretty big call for 5Alive. That would have sucked to do the entire episode. At least we only did half of
Yeah.
an episode, I guess.
Send me a message. Let me know what you want, Rebecca, and I'll grab something for you.
So actually now, the blind box stuff is probably about 7 feet away from us, and like it's killing me.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at it now. We did
We
open
have
up
so
some.
much stuff.
I know, but the stuff is behind me, not in front. So we did open up a bunch of stuff already.
Yeah, some Marvel stuff.
We opened up the down here. We had some of the My Little Ponies. That is actually everything we're going to be opening today, for the most part, is going to be from a discount. A lot of the retailers
From
right
a
now are doing
discount.
massive discounts and clearances on almost everything, and that's including a lot of blind box action figures, and I mean, you really name it. So I picked up these Series 1 and 2 Zoom Zooms and Series 1 and 2 My Little Pony 2-packs. These were actually $1 at Walmart for a 2-pack, and then these were $1 each. We did get some doubles from last time. We had we'd already had the Spider-Man,
Yep.
and we got double Hawkeye. So we will throw those into.
Into our prize package, which we will be giving away once we hit 100 subscribers. We are almost there. Just a little bit more.
We're also going to be giving away this Mythic Legend
Yeah,
figure.
Don't
this
give away
Legend
my
of
toys.
Zelda book.
Don't give away my comic books.
This swarthy man right
Don't
here.
give away the swarthy man.
A half-drinking can of Red Bull,
Half drinking.
half-drank,
Drunk.
half-drunken. I don't know.
So
we need another grammar ruling on that one too.
we might. So we also are going to try some different foods here that Akiba Underground just got in.
I'm
Stuff we've had in the
eyeing
past.
this. Yeah, I'm eyeing this melon bread.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what it
looks-
is, but I'm interested.
It looks good. It feels kind of like glazed at the top. It's like real spongy here. Feel it. Yeah, see that?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to bust this
See,
open.
but
I
it
did
kinda
already.
looks like it looks yeasty. Like it
Yeah.
kind of has this look to it, but it's a little denser.
I already grabbed some of the drinks that they had, and I'm drinking some green
I'm
tea
drinking some
latte.
Japanese soda I've never heard of called Sergei. I think it's based upon Russian.
And what did you have?
I got Tea's tea. It's green tea latte.
And I have the red edition Red Bull. It's not sold here. I got this at Target.
You bastard!
I
How are you gonna help keep this store open and
How
you're
dare
not even buying their
You're the
drinks?
worst.
I am the worst. You're just the worst. So all right. So we opened up those. Let's actually talk about what are you reading?
Sure. That's an interesting segue. I know we're doing what we're reading. I did grab this from our Loot Crate, or my Loot Crate for this month from Loot Crate Anime. It's called Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World.
So they went short with it, like a Avril Lavigne title.
Exactly.
No, what was that one?
I
Fiona Apple.
Fiona Apple.
I've only read maybe a quarter of it, but I found on Crunchyroll they have an anime series based
I
on
believe
this.
it's called, pronounced anime.
It might be anime. It might
yeah.
be the soft day. I don't know.
You know, it's
Let's get the
pronounced-
ruling. Anime? Anime?
No comment.
It's,
Uh-oh.
No,
You
no.
got a
She's
comment.
out.
We're-
she's being neutral.
Uh-oh.
It's pronounced. I'm gonna slap Martin's face off of his face. But anyway, so they did.
I think that's what she wants. She doesn't want any blind box stuff. Rebecca just wants you to slap
Oh.
Martin right in the face. Just
God.
Just slap the glasses right off.
No need.
like Brendan Fraser laughing at a joke. Right in the face.
But anyway, they did make an anime based on this manga.
Okay.
And it's 2 seasons, 10 episodes each season. And I'm about 5 episodes in right now, and it's fantastic. Even though I haven't read too much of the manga, I do enjoy it. It's just easier for me to
Is the
watch.
show over?
Yes. It's
Okay,
just
so it's not like you're getting it every week
Yeah,
like you're in classroom or
no,
anything.
no, it's not simulcasting. But it is very funny. I like it a lot because it reminds me of D&D, because that's kind of what it's based on. This kid, the main character, this guy right here, gets teleported to an alternate universe. It's kind of like the starting village where everybody, starts off at level 1 in any game, and he's got to form a party, and that's where really all the comedic elements come in, because while every character is awesome at what they do, there's always some weird thing about them, like the mage girl here, Megamine. She's an archmage, but she only casts destructive magic.
Yeah,
And
you had
she-
mentioned this.
Yeah, and
It's all or nothing.
yes, and she can only cast her one powerful destructive magic spell a day, and then that's it. She's out. Her stamina's gone. And the main character is like pleading with her to use different spells and lower level stuff, and she refuses to do it. All she wants to do is cast her destructive magic, and that's it. It's hilarious. So I am going to finish reading this. I do want to get through it, but I am going to watch the show as well. It's very funny, and if you like D&D or you like those JRPG games that are kind of like that fantasy style, you'll like it a lot.
So, what are you reading, Martin?
Not much.
It's good that our comic book guy is not reading comic books.
Exactly.
No, our comic book guy has been sleeping a lot because our comic book guy is working too hard.
Oh, he's got mono. He's got the... What the hell,
So,
dude?
More like he's got the emo. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Just feeling down.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually reading... Let me grab it off the cart here. I had mentioned this before. I had read the Link to the Past. Now I'm going to read Majora's Mask. I know this reads pretty fast. They don't really linger, I guess, when it comes to the boss battles and stuff and the different dungeons. It just kind of shows you a quick glimpse of, oh, he's in the desert, and now this is who he's fighting. And they just kind of gloss over it. It moves really fast, so I know the Majora's is going to go fast. But the one I'm very interested in is the Four Swords. I love this game because it was in the style of A Link to the Past.
Yes.
And that's my favorite type of Zelda game so far. It's that overhead
8-bit,
16-bit.
yep, or 16-bit, yeah.
But it looks really good so far. I mean, I've only really thumbed through it, but it looks like it's going to be solid. And it's actually part of this Legendary Edition. So you're getting double books in a larger format than the standard size manga. But just a little bit bigger, a little easier to hold, I guess.
I'm actually glad you brought that in because we were talking about that last week too, and I brought in my High School of the Dead omnibus manga edition as well. Yeah,
They said that one was in color, right?
Yes, it is. Yep, you can see here.
Oh my
every
God.
page is in color. Yeah.
Yeah, be careful where you open that.
It's true. It is
Yeah.
very fan servicey, but yeah, you can see. I mean, every
Holy
page.
hell.
It's very cool.
See, now, for anyone who doesn't really read this stuff, it's normally, like, I was excited because every one of these issues in the beginning has, one or two, like a short adventure, but then it's normally just a heavy inked black and white.
Konosuba's like that too.
Yeah.
You can see it's got the couple of first,
and then actually,
colored.
so
and
that's
then,
going to be the standard size. Can you see that, Chris?
Yeah.
So this would be the standard size. This is the deluxe edition. So you can already see just a little bit bigger there.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty hefty. It's actually volumes 1 through 12 of High School of the Dead, and it's hardcover, fully
This thing's-
illustrated.
oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
It has it the covers in embossed
Yep.
blood, basically.
Yep, and handprints. Yep.
Oh, this is amazing. Yeah, and it's got fingerprints and everything all over it. You got to watch out where I open this.
Yeah,
we are a PG show.
It is very
Much like
fan
WWE,
service-y.
we're a PG show. We bring it close to the bird.
Yeah.
That's as far as we can go. Wow, dude, this is pretty amazing. I can only imagine this was like $100.
I don't remember.
Wow, $50.
Yeah, yep. I don't remember how much it was when I did get it because I found it online. But yeah,
I'm impressed.
it's a very cool.
Dude, you even feel the weight on
Oh,
it as
yeah.
like a standard book that
Yeah.
you would.
Oh no, that's
Even
the
if buying
thing.
a comic book like
No,
this would be.
this is an absolute edition. That's
Yeah.
what this is.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
it's not- yeah.
Wow,
So,
that's really
We
amazing.
talked about it last week, so I figured I bring it in, show the viewers and everything like that. It's a pretty sweet book, and it's a great series. I actually liked the anime a lot, but unfortunately they only did the one season. So if you get a chance, give it a watch though, and give it a read.
I tried watching it. I couldn't.
So,
Fan service was too much.
So moving on to just a couple openings here. I picked these up at GameStop in the Milford Mall. They were $1.99 a piece, and there was a buy one get one half off sale. So these were really $1.50 a piece. For 6 of them, I paid a little over $8.
Not bad at all.
I was really. It came out to $8.88. All right, so
Yep.
now you got Prowl.
You got
Optimus. What'd you
I
get?
see. That's cool.
I got
I'll get
Optimus,
up.
and you got
Of course, they can't
Starscream?
stand because he's
Thundercracker.
Thundercracker.
He's
yep.
got
Yeah, I mean they've
he's
got
got
little.
Zika virus, but other than that, it's great. But
So, yeah,
he
basically-
transforms.
So right now this Optimus has and the wheels do spin. That's the other part. Like, so he does really move.
Yeah.
But then you take the key, and it does a full, quick little transformation
And he can dance too.
of the guy. There we go. There's the Optimus.
Check it out. See, he can dance.
Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So now the question is, will they stand up? And the answer is probably no.
No, they won't.
So let's. I guess how do we get these to
No.
be where they? Oh, there it is.
They stand as cars.
Yeah, as cars, it stands a lot easier. That's awesome. Thundercracker's a little jet.
Yeah, a little jet. Yep. Very cool.
Wow,
Yeah,
these are really
those
cool.
are pretty sweet.
So yeah, these were buy one get one half off. So that
Which
was
a
pretty
lot of
awesome.
GameStops have been doing in their clearance lately.
What else do we
Which
get?
also helps when you're addicted to opening up blind boxes.
You know what? And I'll open. Actually, pick this up. Also at that same GameStop. Weirdly, $3.99.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
So I was like,
Yeah.
so now here's what I discovered about these though. So if you get the one that says Mega Man, you're more than likely going to get Mega Man, but so Dig Dug. I picked up a Dig Dug also. Assuming I was gonna get Dig Dug, I ended up getting Puka because that's the bad guy for that line. So you'll get whatever who's from that game, you'll get in
Well, okay.
the box. But if there are 3 people offered for that game, it's random
Yeah.
from there.
So,
So I got the Puka figure. I've also got Miss Pac-Man, and now let's see who's in this. I'm assuming this is going to be Mega Man.
Yeah.
Because
So we got another
oh,
Prowl.
another Prowl.
So,
that'll be in the gift box,
yep.
in the big box.
I got Nemesis Prime.
Nemesis Enforcer.
Oh
Oh
wow,
wait, no, that's a GI Joe thing.
dude,
Oh wow,
that's awesome.
that is pretty cool.
Is that what he says on the side, Nemesis Prime? Oh, that's great. See, I really love.
See, I
these.
looked at the figure, and then I looked at the pictures, and I put the.
I didn't know that was in
everything
there. I
Oh,
would
okay.
have. That's why I'm saying I looked
Wow.
at that thing 100
To
times.
you. I don't get it. I just don't get
You
it.
don't get why people love me? I
Exactly.
don't know. Because
You're a real jerk.
it's true. A jerk that gave you a ride down here. So pick
So
your
what did you
words.
get? Did
Pick
you
your
even
words
open it?
carefully.
Ah, there it is.
So I really like the boxes. They
Yeah,
did a
those
really
boxes
cool
are
job
really
with
cool.
the. Yeah, he's Mega Man. So I love this Mega Man.
That's awesome looking.
Yeah, that's great.
What's up with his eyes?
It's a Funko.
It's a Funko, man.
Yeah.
Big eyes.
Normally,
again,
I
that
see,
aesthetic.
Normally with the Funko, it's the white pupils and then the
Right.
black, and then the black dot for the eyes. This
Yeah,
one,
it's
is
usually
the
the other way
reverse.
around.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
These aren't blind boxes.
So
my,
these,
my
uh,
world is turned upside
these
down.
Maybe this Mega Man spent the majority of his life underwater, like deep in the
That's it,
depths
yeah.
of the oceans, and so now
Exactly
you
it.
can't
You've
see.
solved the mystery.
So another thing I actually picked up in that sale too. The regular Zoom Zooms were $1 a piece. They got C-3PO, R2, and Stitch. For my daughter, she loves them, so that was
for
really
your
cool.
daughter.
The daughter known as that shell thing. He doesn't let his
shell.
daughter go near.
No. What else do we got? God, we got a lot here today.
Yes, we do.
All right, let's move on to another segment then.
Yeah.
We'll save that for some more openings.
Sweet.
What are you listening to?
I am listening to my favorite podcast. Just put out another episode.
5Alive doesn't do a podcast.
You're right. That's why I said it's my favorite podcast. Anyways, my favorite podcast is a podcast called Hardcore History. It's done by a man named Dan Carlin, and he does history, different moments in history, and it's called a podcast, but really it's a book on tape. They can be up to 6 hours long, which this one is.
Wow.
And he deep dives into things. He had a 6-part World War I series. He had a 3-part Persian King series, and he just started the one he.
I'm sorry, but when you just said Persian, all I saw in my head was, "Hey, bro."
That's exactly what it is.
That the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just
And
all
then
cell phone
this
salesman.
is he just started a new series about Julius Caesar's campaign in Gaul against the Celts.
I'm sorry. I imagine when you say hardcore history, I think like Henry Rollins giving like a history lesson or something like that. Now that would have been
It's,
cool.
These guys were assholes.
But yeah, it is my favorite. One of my favorite. Like I said, it's my favorite podcast and one of my favorite things ever. And because he does, they're 6 hours and they're super deep dives. He puts out maybe 3 a year, 4 if you're
Oh, wow.
lucky.
I'll have to check that out.
But yeah, definitely check it out. The best he did a 6-part series on Genghis Khan and the Mongols, and it is amazing.
Actually, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Actually, Bobby T, have you ever heard or listened to Rollins' spoken word stuff?
I love it.
Yeah,
It's some of the best stuff I've ever heard.
He-
Actually, a friend down in Florida owns a bar, restaurant. It's the craziest setup. It's the Brew House down in Lake Park, Florida, and they had Rollins come in. And it's the most jealous I've ever been, like knowing it was going to happen and thinking like, how could I get to Florida for one night just to see Henry Rollins? No, so amazing. And a lot of his spoken word stuff from like, apparently, I didn't know this, going back, he had done a lot of the stuff in the 80s, 90s, like it was always going on.
Yeah.
It was just kind of happening.
Yeah, it
underground.
just didn't get as popular because he was doing, Rollins Band and
Yeah,
Black
it
Flag.
got lost.
And,
It got lost in
Yep.
everything. So,
But I'm sorry, Martin. Go.
No,
go
no,
ahead.
I'm
Listen
almost
in.
done. Yeah, that was it. That podcast, like I said, it's 6 hours, so I'm almost done with it, and I've loved every second of it. I love history, and I especially love history when it's something that I thought I knew, and then you learn more about it, and you're like, oh, okay.
that's called America.
Yeah,
So you like American history, where you see, oh yeah, no, this was glossed over because we were
Exactly.
also doing
Well,
all of these other bad
But
things.
again, and that's what this is. It's just like
Oh, America.
you thought you knew the story behind World War I, but you actually didn't know at all.
You
Yeah.
thought you knew, but you had no idea.
Sounds like the
Yeah,
opening's
exactly.
like a real world.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly. Actually, that's what it is. It's just the real world. That's what I'm
It's
listening
all
to.
real world San
It's just
Francisco.
transcripts. It's just transcripts of the real world, read by one man.
Well, that's how the Axis powers lost. They lost the challenge, the physical challenge, and then that was it. The war is done.
They got
They're
voted out
That's
of
right.
of the theater of war.
Exactly.
So I have been listening to a lot of lo-fi hip-hop lately. I've mentioned this before. There's one guy in particular I've been listening to named Ginseng. And it's all just lightly sampled, old organ and stuff like that mixed into just some really stripped down beats. There's a YouTube channel where they just play. There's a few. One is a person riding a bike. One is a person like an anime girl playing a game, and it's all just lo-fi beats. So I've been doing that lately. It says like beats to study to or whatever because there's no lyrics. It's so downplayed that it doesn't really.
It's just like white noise. Yeah.
It's
just
kind of
stuff
like
you
it's
can-
kind of like white noise, and every now and then you'll listen and go, "Whoa, I love this song."
Yeah.
So I've been listening to that quite a bit.
Nice.
What do you got there, hardcore homie?
Actually, I was subjecting Martin to some noisecore while we were driving down here. So he had
Japanese noise core?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that is so amazing.
I was making him listen to Melt Banana as we were driving down here. So yeah.
Oh man,
That's-
I guess you'd just be happy you didn't get baby metal that
I
full volume the entire
I
way down.
was glad I didn't have to drive down.
With Crza like,
Yeah.
I can
Dude,
see
oh,
Crza
man.
like punch driving.
Oh man, Melt Banana is so good. If you like the Locust or what's the other band? Any of that weird like experimental
Money
noise
Werewolf.
stuff. Check out Melt Banana. They're very good. I liked them a lot. So
Rusted
yeah,
Zipper?
yes, that too.
Yeah, Rusted Zipper.
So while we were driving down here to an all Japanese themed store, I figured we have to listen to some Japanese music. So
Mario's work boots.
That too, yeah, man.
Awesome.
That actually does sound like a really good
It
band
really
Mario.
does. It really came from the fact that we have a Mario
Yeah,
pin
there
right
you
here
go.
that I looked at and went, hey, he's got probably some pretty shitty work boots. They just have gore all over them. Gore and human garbage.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, human waste and meat.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Hey,
so
he's a plumber. What did you want?
so Melt Banana, that's what we were listening to on the way down.
Nice.
Check them out.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
I would love the footage, like the dashboard cam footage of Martin just
Oh
like.
no, it was just me complaining about work.
Yeah.
to the tune of noise score.
While I was just completely blocking him out and just
like
listening
he's
to
like,
the
I don't care about any of this. I care about this Japanese girl
That's right.
screaming. That's all I care
Exactly.
Oh, it's too good. So, we got a couple things Martin picked up
Okay,
actually.
yep.
We want to talk about
Nice.
those.
Yep. This was at the local Ollie's. They're WWE Mighty Minis. We actually opened these up.
Okay, wait. I'm very excited, guys. Hold on a 2nd. There's something going on here that we haven't really, and we gotta talk about this.
Okay.
Ollie's is a mixed bag of you don't even know what the hell you're
I
gonna
like to
get.
call them shit stores.
Yes, this
Much
is
to my mother-in-law's chagrin, because my son shares in my joy of saying the word shit stores.
yes. So all right. So now these come in multiple pieces. Now when I first saw these, when I went to go pick up the Fortress Maximus, I got a Daniel Bryan by putting together the parts that were already open packages spilled everywhere, and then I just put together a Daniel Bryan and went up with a package and said, "This is a guy from here. Can I buy this?"
And they were like, yeah, whatever. I'm
Here's
coming down from
something
my
very
methadone.
interesting. These are retaped packages.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There is no rhyme, reason, or guarantee as to what we were about to
Can't
buy.
wait.
Yeah,
So I
I
wanted
hope-
to stop us just to
Yeah.
talk about this because we might get like $1 Million Man's jacket with like Undertaker's face.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope we get a
we'll see.
hodgepodge.
There we go.
Yeah.
We did get a Rusev with Undertaker's head.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh, that's complete.
Yeah,
We
that's
got
a-
a double, so that's cool. We got a $1 Million Man going.
Oh nope, this is $1 Million Man with the Undertaker's pants.
Well, dude, this is Daniel Bryan with the Undertaker's head. This is so good. This is.
It looks
what
like
do
I
you
got a complete one.
All right,
I got.
looks like a
It looks
complete
like
Roman
Roman
Reigns.
Reigns. Yeah.
Another
man,
Roman Reigns.
I had to ruin the fun with Boomin'
Way to go, Roman Reigns.
God damn it! I was saying Boo Earns.
God, these are
Yeah.
I'm very happy that we stopped to mention that this could be a thing that was going to happen, and it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So-
I actually saw that they were retaped. I'm like, yep, nope, those are the ones I'm
That's the
grabbing.
best. Nope, that was the right answer. So here are the other things that Martin picked up.
Yes,
and-
I found these at J.C. Penney's of all places.
Wow.
I had
See,
some,
at least these have the little.
They got the tabs.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but terrible blind baggery. All you have to do is go,
Yep.
all right, let's take a Spider-Man here.
I also
I
got
have-
Spider-Man.
I have a gold Ultron.
That's awesome.
Goldtron, which is actually
Oh,
really,
different
really cool.
Spidey.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting a clear Spidey with metallic. So the paint is kind of like this blue metallic. I love these Play School figures.
Yeah, they're very
There were some Imaginext DC figure blind bags at Target, but they were regular price. They're $3.99.
Yeah, I was buying that.
We're cool because truthfully, in those blind bags, the actual figures are 2 for $6. So what the
Exactly.
hell am I gonna do
Yeah.
2 blind bags when I could just get what I
But
want?
yeah, these are normally $2.99, but I had a bunch of merchandise credits.
I like
so.
how Spidey is missing part of his finger when he's giving the
Yeah.
the web slinging.
Oh, yeah,
thing.
same- yeah, same here.
It's got a little.
Well, again, they're Play School figures.
no,
so they
yeah,
only have
it-
4 fingers.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Just let me make fun of the
No.
figure.
No.
Jesus.
I had to listen to Japanese women screaming. You listen to
listen to
me explain
crapping
away your
out.
dummy thing.
And I'm gonna bleed from my ears.
So let me see if we got anything else on the card.
I'm gonna open up this melon bread. I've
Oh,
waited
you're
long
going for
enough. Yeah, I can't. I'm hungry. I can't wait any longer.
He's had
I
enough.
Want, yep, I want to taste it.
All
I
right,
want to
so
taste this goodness.
actually, because we are in a Japanese store, I want to bring in some of my favorite Japanese things.
Okay.
Let's
do it.
I want to talk about one thing that Martin, I know for a fact, wants and said he would Rochambeau me for it till I said I get to go first, is the new Hideo Itami figure, aka
God.
Kenta,
Yeah.
from New Japan, but now this is the NXT Takeover version. It comes with a trading card, and then part of they're calling out the Bailey Buddies, but
Yep.
the wacky inflatable arm
Tube
flailing
Man.
tube man. And then Samoa Joe comes with the bottom portion. This line also has Cien Almos, Sammy, Ty Dillinger, and Kevin Owens. I wanted Dillinger and Almos really bad, and then
Yeah.
you get a blue,
Exactly.
you get a blue Bailey guy. So, but yeah, Samoa Joe would be the companion piece for this, which is cool, and then the companion piece of Sammy and
Yes,
Kevin
is
Owens
KO,
just makes
of course.
sense. So that was a pretty cool figure. Wanted to bring that in.
Yeah, that is very awesome.
This melon bread is fantastic.
Crza's. Now,
I'm gonna eat it all.
I had shown this before
Shown it? You've shown it?
in an old episode.
Here, pass
All right.
a piece of that melon.
So now even Martin wants to get in on the melon bread when
Well, I'm
he
gonna
was not
try it.
originally in on it. All right. Okay, I like
Good.
the smell. It smells lemony. That's goddamn delicious.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to buy some of these and bring them home.
That's good.
No.
Of course.
Here's the part where you watch three dummies eat. I'm gonna take a sip of this too.
All right.
So, this next piece is from an anime. This came out around I think it was 1999. And what's amazing about this figure, I'm really trying to find a price or a year. I can't. But it's from the show Jinro. It's basically Future Cops, more or less.
But better than the figures of the future cops that you have.
Better, much better than Future, or what was it? Space
Space
Precinct.
Precinct.
Yeah.
So
20XDX.
this had come out in around 99 2000. It's made by Kyoto. It was released by Zivic Toys. This might be some of the most beautiful guns that you've ever seen. And I believe, if I'm remembering Jinro correctly, it was a what if the Germans won and these are the police. It's funny because they carried through some of the guns that the Third Reich had used and the German soldiers had used. So the grenades are the stick grenades. It's got a Mauser. It's got just a very German theme.
Yeah. Of course, the Japanese would
yeah.
have a show sympathizing with.
It's definitely a sympathizer show.
Actually, there's also not to interrupt you real quick, but there's actually an anime. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. I'll have to.
Way to go on Half Baked when I was talking about something I knew about.
I'll post a comment about it. But it's actually about the East Germans like winning. It's about the East German government like still being around and having like a panzer unit around and stuff like that. It was very, very
Is this
good.
an anime or manga?
An anime, yep.
I'll
have to look around for
focus
what it
around,
is.
yeah, focus around the East German, the East German, whatever empire or whatever you want to call it, government.
So, what was really great about this figure, especially for the time, you have to remember this is right at the turn of the century, so McFarlane was still dominating.
1990.
This is right before Marvel Legends really took hold. So Japanese figures were really at a premium for one. It was so hard to find this stuff. The internet really hadn't kicked in quite as much as it has now. So it was really hard to find some of this stuff. Crazy part is I found this figure for I think $5 in a discount bin somewhere.
Nice.
I had always wanted it but could never afford it, and then I find it for this insane price. But his articulation is better than anything that was out at the time. I really think this had influenced quite a few American makers and designers because you can just see how amazing the detail is and how simple it is. He also has an exchangeable hand for his gun, a different shoulder piece for later in the show when he changes over. This really might be, if I had to make a top 50 of all time, this is floating in the 30s. This might be one of the best figures I've ever seen.
It's a very cool figure. I do like it a lot.
Look at that one.
I like the mask and everything like that. That typical death soldier type. I mean, honestly, any kind of soldier that's got this kind of gear is modeled after.
Very clearly,
yeah.
The helmet. I mean, the helmet's missing a spike on top.
Yeah.
It's just shy of that, but it might be, and even the show and everything that came along with it, really like cutting edge stuff. Yeah. So one of the cooler things that I've seen. stand.
And we're giving this away when we get to 100 subscribers,
Absolutely not. So
Just the head. We're giving the head away.
now that said, we are currently floating in. I don't remember how many subscribers we have, but once we end up getting 100, we're going to do a giveaway. Is what
We're at
Crza is actually
99.
going
You
to.
could be the next one.
You could be it. So what we're doing is at 100, we're going to put together a big prize pack. A lot of the things we've been opening. We get a
That's
ton
Hideo
of
Itami.
doubles, not Hideo Itami, not Jinro, and not any of this either. Which actually kind of a good segue. I'm kind of Zeldaing out lately.
Yeah.
I told Crza this recently that I'm heading towards the end of a certain collection, so I want to start something new, and that is, I think I'm going to go
DBZ.
with... no, not DBZ. I'm going to go with Zelda and Link.
That's a pretty
This
cool
figure
sword,
in
yeah.
particular
Martin's
is
messing
from
it
the
up,
Figma. As Martin breaks it. Don't worry.
It's my fault he's got a limp wrist.
It's only like a $60 toy. Just
Again,
don't worry about it.
my fault.
So, so yeah, this is just kind of the peak of how beautiful a Japanese figure can be, to the point where it even has an articulated cap.
Wow.
That the face pieces do come off.
Yeah,
so
a
that
lot
you
of the
can change to the like this is the angry yelling face.
is this one the Nendroid or
No, Nendroid is the
okay.
one that's right over there.
Okay.
So the other one is an Nendroid, and those are like a super deformed version of the different figures. But he does also have that ability to you
Take
can
his face
pop
off.
the face
become
off.
a nightmare.
You can take the face off and then put a different. Like, I think it's a happy face. He's got his angry face on right now. They all come with these great bases to stand them up. And actually, as we're talking about this, I'm looking over here, and Akiba Underground carries these.
Yes.
There's, I think, I want to say 4 or 5 different links. I've seen a Zelda. I've seen a few different ones in store here, but also online all over the place. And they average around like $50-$60.
They also have the Gundam Gunplay models as well. So if you're interested in anything Gundam and you're looking to put some of those models together, come down and
I love
check
the
out their
bears.
selection. Yeah.
They have the bears, and
Yes,
that's kind
those
of
are
like.
actually super cool.
I always go back to like I kind of want to just start making like crazy amounts of bears.
What I like about this figure though is even like the attention to detail on the scabbard of the sword and everything like that. Like it's
the pommel actually comes off of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
sword so that you can take it out of his hand.
Yeah.
So it fits perfectly.
Yeah,
It's
so you
just-
have kind of a
I-
being able to take the pommel off is nice and being able to put it back on because it maintains the look of the piece that you're looking at.
Exactly.
So this does come off. It's this beautiful detail sword, which then fits perfectly and like has a little click feature when it goes in, so it doesn't fall out. I mean, these things are just detailed to the nth degree.
God, the Japanese.
I tell you, man, and
This is what they come up with when you don't have an army, right? When you
yeah, this is exactly it. Like, America, can we just get rid of the military? Like, let's start making some toys, guys. So, yeah, I love these stands too. They're really great for different actions. I have a couple for my Spider-Man figures. So I always have Spidey hanging upside down or doing some kind of.
I mean, and, to take it back to what we started the show with, and also what is very quickly becoming our most popular episode, our interview with Corn Boy. This Mythic Legions figure, while not on the same level as this, is still just detail-wise.
Yeah, it's still got some
Just
really cool
ridiculous.
pieces to it. Yeah.
From the falchion to this.
What do you even call it? Like a cleaver axe?
It's
Yeah.
like a cleaver, like a homemade cleaver axe
Yeah.
that's made.
It's
Just
very Orcian. Like, it looks like it was
Exactly.
made in the
Yeah.
depths of
and yet-
Moria.
right?
Like,
But then also super detailed on the painting and the applications.
I
they
It actually
sculpted it
looks
so
like-
well that when they hit it with the dry brushing,
Yeah.
that it really sucked in a lot of that paint and gave it so much detail.
It looks like burnished. The armor looks like burnished metal, so that this thing is just absolutely gorgeous, and I think it shows that once there is a market for these types of things, that
The market will
the
provide.
market will provide.
Yeah, I mean, I even love like the backside of this with the little like shoulder strap that he gets to holster his sword. If he needs the extra weapon and everything like that. I mean, it just goes to show you the difference in style between a Japanese figure and an American, or Western, I guess you should say.
Exactly.
And that's not to say one is better than the other. It's just
No, it's
different.
different.
Yeah, different things. Which is great
So-
because you have people that want this, or you have people that want that, or even people that collect both. And the figures are out there for that.
Exactly.
Grab the box for it. I think it's
Isn't
I
it-
think it's over
it's-
on your side. No, it's not down there. Oh, there it is. There
Yeah.
it is. All right. So now Cornboy had actually mentioned something really specific about why he did this packaging. This packaging looks great like this, but you can fully open your figure, display it, do whatever, and then reseal your figure, put them back in the package, and
Just have
be
like a
able to
little
pop 'em up.
standee. Yeah.
So this one in particular. So all of this armor does come off, because a lot of it is customizing, and that just ability to kind of swap things
And
out.
again,
So,
nightmare-inducing.
so with this guy, he just looks even. It's one of those times where you're like, how do you look even more badass when we took your stuff away?
Exactly.
You change the head to this normal orc head, get rid of the shoulder pads, throw the strap over his shoulder, and you can just have all of his axes and stuff, and he
Yeah.
just looks awesome in a stripped down mode too. They did such an amazing job on this, and kind of talking to what we were talking about with Shadows of Shadows of Mordor.
Yes.
And the new game that's going to be coming
Yep.
out, and like I remember in the original, as you build, as you go through, the orc army gets bigger, and you can kind of see
And
how the
They're
person
not all
advances.
exact, and they're also not. They don't all look the same.
Yeah.
They all have their own personalities. They don't all have.
I feel like Mythic
there's a
Legends
difference.
or Mythic Legions lends itself to exactly that.
Exactly.
Like that idea that this guy's gonna level up, and he might look like this today, but when he kills the next guy,
He gets a shoulder.
he might get a
piece,
shoulder piece, and then you go, okay, he's looking pretty awesome right
Yep,
now.
and then
like,
he gets a helmet.
yeah.
Exactly.
So it's they did a really amazing job with this. So another shout out to Cornboy and the Four Horsemen for just
Yeah.
an amazing job done.
I definitely want to thank him for giving us some of his time to let us interview him and ask him some questions and talk about toys and everything like that. It was a great interview for me. I learned a lot about the toy industry and about this kind of stuff because I'm not super into it, so I'm not as knowledgeable about collecting and the action figures as I am about anime or manga or whatever. So it was cool to talk to him and get some questions and get some questions answered and everything like that. And hopefully we can do it again, or maybe interview some other people from Four Horsemen.
We're gonna do some more stuff actually with Cornboy. So
Awesome.
Excellent.
We'll definitely see. So
And he was just such a cool dude too. Like
Yeah,
a great
he's
sense
really
of
nice
humor.
about it.
Yeah, exactly.
and even as we're meeting the fans in the like as we're in the con and fans are meeting him, he's just very nice about it. Like he
Yeah.
could have very easily just been like, get me out of here. But
Yeah.
he'll talk to anybody about toys.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly. I mean, and if you guys go back and watch the video, I even asked him about that because we saw maybe 3 or 4 booths that were selling his figures.
Yes,
which
like
was
specifically his stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
So this isn't a Japanese import, but he was always one of my favorite Japanese characters
Yes.
when it came to the Ninja Turtles, and that is Usagi Yojimbo from the brand new. Originally, it was a Stan Sakai comic, and that it was brought over into Ninja Turtles. Towards the end, when they started getting weird with their figures, and they were just kind of going all over the place. But this one, so they make a regular Usagi Yojimbo, which is super hard to find, and they just put out this samurai variant. And there's also a variant with a metallic paint and a few different colorways that comes with a horse. I saw that today, but this was just such a cool figure to find.
And we're going to be giving that away when we reach 100.
Yes. Speaking of the turtles, I found Finn Balor, Mikey.
I did too.
Yeah.
I found
I took everything I had not to purchase it.
I got the I went for the Finn Balor and the Ultimate Warrior. I think it's Finn Balor Donatello.
That's it, yeah.
And it's Ultimate Warrior Mike.
Yep.
Nice.
So, going back to one of the bits that me and Martin were talking about, and what toys can we get and for how cheap, I found this. It's the, Jada Toys makes these. So they're the metal die-cast super deformed figures by Jada Toys. This was $5. Ended up finding it at a Walmart randomly. Maybe a Walgreens, I can't remember. I remember it was $5. And then Crza just came through with the White Ranger, which is actually the San Diego Comic-Con retail exclusive this year.
From GameStop.
From GameStop.
Yep.
So, and we did run around looking at that, so if we have a video of all that and checking out our hauls for that. So I wanted to mention those. Speaking of Japanese stuff,
Yeah. Sentai.
so then
That's
we'll
what it's
actually
all
move
about.
on to what are you watching?
I'm a terrible person. I've just been watching the same things.
No more what?
Yeah, I watched Tombstone again today because it's one of the greatest.
That's one of the best
movies
movies ever made. Hey, dude, no, you're good. We're good. We're good.
And then I started watching Deadwood, which is
So that just made you want to watch Tombstone.
well, that's essentially
so-
what happened. And Deadwood is just amazing because the first 2 episodes are Timothy Olyphant and Ian McShane, and they're just instantly within the first episode just set against each other. Like you can tell Timothy Olyphant is the heroic character, but not angelic. He has a dark side, and he has something in his past. And Ian McShane is very clearly the bad, the evil character, the bad guy, but also has motivations for why he is the way he is. And I haven't watched it yet, but the 3rd episode, Powers Booth shows up. So it's like, okay, so it's just gonna be 3 dudes standing
gonna be
around
amazing.
chewing scenery.
Yeah, staring at each other.
Yeah, so
Slow chewing.
Yep.
So, I've actually gone back. So Crza and I are doing an anime series, and right now we're talking about Future Diary.
Yes.
That video will be actually coming up pretty soon. We did shoot the first 3 episodes. The first 3 episodes of the show is 1 episode
Yes.
for us. So we're doing a synopsis. And then we shoot in what kind of our opinions. And now I haven't seen the show, and Crza has.
Yes, I have.
So I'm sitting here and kind of thinking like, oh, well, what if this happens, that happens, and he already knows. So
He's wrong.
I'm wrong on most accounts. It all actually, every theory I have has to do with the fact that Vince McMahon made the Monday Night Wars happen by sending Scott Hall and Kevin Nash over to WCW to destroy it from the inside. It all has to do with that. So that is not a thing.
And Punjabi prisons.
Punjabi prisons. Oh, God. So, no, I went back and so I've been watching Future Diary. I did get to watch episode 4, which premieres the Henshin character.
Yes.
Now, Crza knows, and anyone who's watched shows knows that I love Super Sentai. So it's kind of interesting we have this because we're gonna do a little exchange. I'm gonna watch Future Diaries, and then next we're gonna watch some Sentai. Sentai's
I'm
a
not
little
involved
bigger
in any
than Sentai's a little bigger than any anime because it is 50 episodes plus 2 to 3 crossover movies. So you
But
get-
I'm dedicated, guys, so I don't mind.
know what,
I am
though?
watching it. I'm watching this stuff for you.
You're gonna get into about the 20th episode of Zoo Ranger, and you're gonna never understand why you ever liked Power Rangers to begin with.
Hey man, it's not like I'm not a
amazing.
Sentai fan. I love the Kamen Rider series, which is similar.
Now that's interesting because I think maybe later on we'll have to do a back-to-back because now with the now here's interesting. Kamen, I say Kamen.
Yeah,
It's the Kamen manga. Anyway, so Kamen Rider, there's one called Decade. And it's one of the weirdest kind of avant-garde in some places, but then just awesome special effects. The suit's really cool. All the special effects. This is really starting to take the turn in the special effects. This is also, I believe, the show that ran like Shinkenger, which was Power Rangers Samurai here. So I think that might be our first one. Because I'd like to watch Decade and Shinkenger together.
good.
Because in Japan, that's called Superhero Time. And that's every, I believe, Saturday morning at 7 and 7:30. Exactly. Superhero Time! So, you gotta do a henshin.
Saddest thing in the world.
No, it's only sad when I do it by myself in the studio. And I hear the music start up and I just go, so what are you
And
watching,
your
man?
daughter cries a little.
You know,
All the time.
my favorite Kamen Rider was Kamen Rider Black. That was the one that took place in the 80s. Very Final Fantasy VII-esque evil corporation that, Kamen Rider's trying to, break up and everything like that.
he's a black dude
exactly,
with an afro.
exactly. He's got he rides the old school motorcycle, and he's got the jean jacket with the leather.
Yeah, it's the fonts.
Yeah, it was awesome, except cooler.
Yeah, so
But oh, sorry, go ahead.
there's a character in Power Rangers like that later on when they do in Sentai. When they go to, I think it was called Dino Thunder here, but over there, I don't remember what it was called, but there's a guy, same idea. He's got the motorcycle, the black jacket,
You love it. You gotta
It's
love
great.
it. So, as you guys know, we already talked about this earlier. I've been watching Konosuba. I'm already on episode 5, and I'm going to read this manga, and maybe I will pick up some more issues because I like to know what's going on after the anime. I just always end up reading them anyway. I'm still simulcasting Classroom of the Elite and Gamers. And my girlfriend is a gal, or my first girlfriend is a gal. I think I'm gonna cut that because we're already I think 4 or 5 episodes in, and I'm just not feeling it. It's funny, but I don't really like any of the characters. I'm not hooked yet, and I'm not invested into it. And if you're 5 episodes into a show, any show, whether it's an anime, something on Netflix,
if it doesn't have you by then, it's probably never going to get you.
Yes, and we already kind of talked about this last live show or 2 live shows ago. I was very disappointed with episodes 4 across the board with these shows.
Yeah,
but Gamers, episode 5 really kind of brought it back for me. What I love about the show, it's just a whole comedy of errors, and everybody's misinterpreting what everybody.
5Alive?
Yeah, basically, without the technical difficulties.
No, they're there. They're just able to edit them out.
There you go. But yeah, it's just a comedy of errors. Everybody's misinterpreting what he's saying. Or what everybody's saying, really, and one character likes this character, but the other character thinks that they really like this character. So it's kind of like a one of those Shakespeare, what is it, Midsummer Night Dream type thing, where everybody's kind of into everybody else, but they don't know who's who and all this other stuff. Classroom of the Elite is starting to make its way back.
So how was episode 6?
Episode 5, I think.
5,
yes,
okay, you're right.
5 is pretty good too. They, in episode 4, Suda got he got charged with fighting, and they were having a trial to see if he should get expelled and everything like that. So episode 5 was pretty much all about the trial. They gathered this evidence and stuff like that. So it was very interesting, and of course, like every anime, they didn't give out the punishment. It's going to be next. Exactly. So they go through the whole trial, and then they're going to decide what's going to happen, and then bam, end of the episode. But it was at least this week, every episode was better than 4. I don't understand with Gamers either, because that episode 4 probably could have been episode 2. And
that
instead of breaking up the tension of what happened in episode 3 and then having this filler episode 4 and then going to what was happening in episode 5, tracking back to what happened in 3. It was
that's a little too much.
Yeah, but it was very funny. So we're going from Gamers back. We'll give it 75.
3/4.
Exactly. There you go.
Okay. So going back to what we were talking about our discount stuff. Now these actually aren't discount. They're regular price. They're
They're
$1.
just addictive.
Yeah.
So they're nano metal figs. I believe they're Jada Toys also. Yep. So it's the same company making these. But so they've done a line of Harry Potter and
Marvel, DC.
Yeah, there was Marvel and DC, and we talked about those on some past shows. And I just went into Walmart this last week and found they have WWE ones, and they're pretty decent. The Bailey is really bad. The Bailey looks.
He has seen some shit.
Yeah, no, Bailey looks rough. But the Macho Man looks really good.
Right, because he's got glasses.
I do like the Sting figure too.
Yeah, the Sting uses a good amount of tampo work, so he's got the very specific face paint work, so it's very clean. Got a Chris Jericho, Charlotte Flair, Sami Zayn.
Sami's seen some things too.
Also in this line though, there's Kevin Owens, which wasn't there. Triple H, John Cena, Dean Ambrose. I mean, it's a huge line of stuff. Of course, there's a Roman Reigns. So
Boomin' Reigns.
Also in there, so the newest one was a line of the Disney ones, and the Disneys are cool. So I ended up picking up. I got Stitch, Mr. Incredible, Kermit the Frog, and Animal.
Dude, I don't know what's up with that Animal. I don't like the way.
Oh, geez, yeah, Animal's giving you the eyes. I got Mickey Mouse. There was a Minnie, but I didn't really like the Minnie all that much. There was also the ones I didn't get were Baymax, because although it was a good figure, all of the eyes were crooked. There was not one in the line that was good. Not one. And then Alice. The Alice one. The Alice actually suffered from Baileytosis. She just looked the worst. So we got also.
She got a little too high with the Cheshire Cat.
Exactly.
So we got Woody and Buzz is another one, and my two favorites in the line, Mike and Sully.
Those are really, really well done.
Really love
Yes.
them. And it's for as simple as they are, they just really kind of get it across. I mean, I could see these being blind bag figures for like $3 or $4. So
Exactly.
to get them for $1 a piece on a card, that's a really, really cool, fun figure. Especially if you only got a couple bucks. you know?
Exactly. Speaking of bargain shopping, I picked up Disney Infinity Volume 3.
Yeah, that was on our
3.0.
when we were coming
3.0.
back from
we're
Jersey.
we're coming back from Jersey. It was the Star Wars edition. And it came with two characters, Anakin and Ahsoka from the Clone Wars series, and the base and the game for $10, which is ridiculous.
Amazing.
And since then, my son's been playing the hell out of it, and I've been looking for more and more things. I was able to find Toys R Us is having buy one get 4 free,
Which works out to
Yeah.
about $15
$15
for
so-
5 figures. So about $3 for.
So I
3,
picked
4.
up Venom and a clear Agent P from Phineas and Ferb,
Awesome.
and then Darth Vader, Han Solo, and Poe Dameron.
So I saw you got the mall also.
Yeah.
Did you get the light up versions?
No, unfortunately not, because I went to the local Walmart. I picked up Darth Maul, Boba, and Vision, and they didn't have the light up versions.
I think the light up versions might be Toys R Us exclusives.
Yeah, I think that was. I
They
think so.
might.
as well. The one, the Toys R Us that I went to didn't have any of the light ups, unfortunately.
If I remember correctly, too, the Venom one's a little bit of a bigger statue.
It's a
Yeah,
big,
it's
it's a
huge.
bigger one,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's huge.
So I've been on the lookout.
Can
for,
build a
for
wall
those.
out of Venom.
Exactly. So I've been looking on the lookout for more and more, and just the sculpting on those is pretty.
They really are. Like even if
Ridiculously
you
good.
never play the game
Yeah.
again, you have some really awesome little figures for
Exactly.
$3 a piece. It's-
Precisely.
So one thing you actually you had found that.
I am obsessed with Mega Bloks now. I'm actually on my breaks at work. I am making Destiny Mega Block stuff that I found
Nice.
at GameStop. I found this Call of Duty guy at GameStop. He is actually really cool. He comes with a gun. You can actually pull the gun apart.
The gun looks
Yeah.
really cool though. It's not like the glossed over Lego stuff where it's like
Exactly.
here's a pipe with the handle. Like
Yep, you can.
this looks like a gun.
All the stuff attaches to him so that you can,
Yeah,
store it on
it's
him.
a really
And then
cool piece.
they also have these Star Trek Anniversary that comes with 4 figures and then like kind of a diorama
Oh,
piece
what's that? The Amok
for
Time,
the edge of
piece.
the edge of the city of tomorrow.
Oh, there
So,
you go.
these are so great, and they were $6.
That's
so,
crazy, dude.
Yeah,
Even just again for the 4 figures, I know that they had did blind bags of some of these guys,
Yes.
and those were selling at $4 and $5 a piece.
Precisely.
So to get 4 of them, and one of them's a red shirt.
Yep,
Even
they got
better.
a bunch.
2 red shirts.
2 red shirts, exactly. They have a bunch of these at Ollie's, and I'm interested in picking up some more. And Mega Bloks, they're a bit rough because I've been building some of the Destiny ones, and they're a bit. Sometimes they don't fit together the way they should.
Yeah.
But they're and one of
It's like
one,
trying to hammer in that puzzle
Yep.
piece that's
Yeah.
just not.
And one of the things, of course, was missing a part.
Oh, always.
but otherwise, it was it worked out really well.
It's funny how much you hate Destiny, yet love putting
I
together.
just
the
love
figures, man.
at the end of the day, I think I paid what $10 for
Yeah.
those 2 play sets. And
So the accessories for this, one thing I'm noticing, they're a little big for the guy. You're looking at about a 2.5-inch figure. The accessory looks like it's for 3 3/4 inch scale.
Yeah.
So that'll actually be really fun to swap out with some of the other figures. Like if it looks like it might
No,
fit
you
with
can't do
that
that.
Jinro would be really cool.
Exactly.
With a
Can't
top
do that.
quarter.
No.
Yep.
Can't do
Yeah,
that.
that's actually we're
Can't
gonna
do
do
that.
that.
We are gonna
film
do
it.
that now.
We're gonna take pictures, and that's gonna be your birthday present.
So throw that right there in the front.
I'm itching to open that up, honestly,
Yeah.
because that's all I've been doing on my breaks at work. It's just
Buying toys.
making the Destiny.
See what we've done to him? Like,
Speaking of clearance shopping, how's the Jort hunt going on?
okay, so we're looking for a pair right now of jean shorts in 4XL for less than $3.
Yes, we're fine with it being just jeans brand.
What's funny is you said that as a joke. I was like, I needed a belt really badly. I was at a flea market here in Connecticut, in Wallingford, and they always have like those rando dudes selling belts or
Yes.
sunglasses. The only guy selling a belt, the only belt he had for men, says on the buckle, jeans.
Nice.
And then it says it on the part that like holds your belt down. I'm going, shouldn't it say belt?
No, it's to remind you what to put it on.
It goes on jeans.
And this goes around my neck, right? No, it says
jeans.
It's
not used as
Yeah, that's a different kind of belt for.
Okay, so I was gonna save these for a "What the hell is this" segment, but I have another batch of figures coming in
from our hookup
from our
in
friend
West
down
Virginia.
south. Yeah, so he's gonna help us out. Some of the stuff he has. I almost want to show Crza so that he can see it before you, but I actually want you guys to both be surprised because these ones are. Ooh.
I was gonna save this for later. No, I wasn't.
No, that one actually. Okay, so that one looks like it's
the
filled
red
with
bean.
something.
Yeah, this is the red bean paste here. So
I will not be
Okay.
eating that.
All right, so I was gonna save these for "What the hell is this," but they're way too awesome. They just dropped this week at Target, Walmart, a few others. So these are from the Grossery Gang.
Oh, nice.
And it's the brand new. So it's called the Grossery Gang versus the Clean Team Putrid Power Action
yeah,
Figures.
look at that.
So these are like 4-inch high action. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff inside there. So these are 4-inch action figures, and they come with an exclusive Grossery Gang small one. But the designs are so cool, and it reminds me of the old Food Fighters. So this one is called Trash Head, and yeah, just awesome. This one is Grub Sub.
That's awesome.
So what else do we have here?
Oh man, I like the jelly donut one.
This is Gooey Chewy. Now, what's really cool about these is every one of them they're basically pencil toppers. The heads do come off, and you can exchange it with the smaller head. Also, Knights of the Slice figures, you could pop those heads off, and it fits perfectly right over, including G.I. Joe you could do it with, and really any of the Hasbro figures, because their head has a... I'm going to keep going. Their head, they do all pop off, so you'll have like this neck shaft, and it fits right
listen
over.
To me. Listen, our viewers out in Spain, do not listen to this man.
For the last. So this is the Dodgy Donut, which I thought was really cool. He comes with nunchucks. And another, this is my favorite, the most sought after. Now, remember, these are $6.99 a piece. So when you get to the aftermarket, I've seen them anywhere between $15 and $20. I think this one's going to be the one that kind of goes on to be $30 or $40 in the end. And he is Putrid Pizza. So I'll get that closer. The head that it comes with, the alternate face, has like a I ate too much pizza face. So,
most definitely. Now, my question is, the guys they are versus the Clean Team.
Yeah, did you get any Clean Team figures?
I did
There's
not.
one.
I did. So the main guy is Vac Attack.
That's it. It's the only guy in the back here that could be considered the Clean Team.
So the ones I'm missing right now are Blowfly, Squash Banana, Fungus Fries, and I think that's it.
Vac Attack.
So yeah, Vac Attack is the one good guy.
He looks pretty badass though.
I did see him. He actually does have like a metallic red paint and a metallic gray paint. So they did a really good job with these. I definitely suggest going out and grabbing them, especially if you love Food Fighters. I thought that was such a cool line back in the day, and the pizza was always my favorite.
Yeah, this is Moose Toys out of Australia. They do a lot of that type of with that weird gross stuff.
You got to try this bean,
also
paste bread here too.
When we get to our 100 subscribers, I did make a couple shirts. So, a 5Alive shirt.
You get a 5Alive
This
shirt.
is our classic, our classic logo.
You get this one that,
and then that's
you get this one that Bobby T is wearing right now.
This will be included.
Complete with sweat stains. Yes.
All of these.
No.
Pit stains and back stains.
Pit stains, back stains, crotch stains, all the stains. We're covering them all. Hitting all the hits, all the favorites.
My empty can of Sergey.
So let's see.
Martin, the people only want it if it's half drunk.
I apologize.
Not fully.
Okay, that's my fault. Sorry.
So, were there any toys you guys were wanting to look at that we haven't actually covered here? Because we have quite the spread going.
I mean, not really. I want to get back out. I want to go.
Oh.
I want to go to. I want to go to the local. Couple of the local Walmarts and Target to see what else we can find. Target had those turtles blind bags, so I want to see if we can find more of those.
Dude, those turtles are awesome.
Exactly.
And the foot soldiers are only like 1 in 4 or something like that, so we might be able to get a good amount of those foot soldiers going.
Exactly. And I want to see what else I can find as far as the Disney Infinity characters, because there's a lot out there.
So now those Gundam kits, I keep looking over here to the right. There's some Gundam boxes, and I don't know if you know this or what, but some blind box, art blind box. What's on the front of the box is actually what's inside of the box.
Yep.
I think that's what we're dealing with here, so
Yes.
you kind of have to be able to like flip through. Oh, we're getting a yes on the other
Yeah.
side of the camera. So blind box wise, it's not really a true blind box.
No, but you can
I
find
think
your
those
favorite. You
those
can find your favorite
Pikachus.
Gundam.
I think those little Pikachus on
Yeah.
the food, I think those are technically blind box. So those might,
Yeah.
I don't know. We keep looking over.
Oh,
and
he's
we're
giving me-
getting
yeah,
a yes
we're
on
getting-
that
yeah.
one. Uh-oh. You want to go over and grab something,
Yeah,
Chris?
I'll
I
get-
think
I'll
we
get
I think
something,
we gotta
sure.
go grab something. You know what, dude? We're gonna let Martin talk here for a second about.
I'm going to talk about this Sami Zayn, which is just super weird looking.
This one with the food dishes.
It's
Yeah.
very oddly
Rebecca will
painted. The tights choice is terrible.
I've also read this issue.
But I can say Sami Zayn actually is in the middle of, or is very nearing the end of a charity campaign that he is doing to put together a medical van for Syria. Because for those who don't know, Sami is Syrian. So they're trying to give back to a population that's obviously going through some shiz. So definitely check that out. It's SamiForSyria.com, SAMIFOR SYRIA. I think I spelled that right. And seriously, guys,
Keep going, dude.
you're the worst, and I hate all of you.
Hey, oh, I'm sorry. You have to talk on a show where we talk.
Yes, because I usually bounce off of others.
Here, bounce off of the Hideo Itami you want so bad.
Oh my god, it looks so good. I just look at him. He's so clearly ready to be injured. It's like his ACL is probably hanging on by a thread. This guy gets injured a lot. That's a
Is
joke.
that what it is?
All right.
I had no idea. So I just bought some stuff here.
Oh yeah.
I did buy this Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt manga, excuse me, issue 1. I actually was talking to somebody at work today about this, and he recommended it. So I figure I'll read, chapter 1 and see.
See what you-
yeah,
see how I
exactly.
feel, yep.
And then I'll probably find if there's a series, and I'll.
Oh, of course,
start
you'll end up watching
yeah,
that, exactly. Because
Exactly.
that's how you live your life.
That's right.
That and play Titanfall 2.
Yeah. G7. I hit G7 in Titanfall 2 last night. So.
G7.
Dude, I'm getting
can't
criticized
wait.
about my lifestyle choices from a man who watches wrestling and Deadwood
I can't wait
and
until
Tombstone
you-
over and over again. Not that Tombstone's bad, but I'm just
Exactly.
saying there's other stuff out there.
You messed up. It's just
Yeah.
wrong. I watched Rick and Morty. I watched the new Rick and Morty, which was amazing. I watched
Yes.
the newest episode of Game of Thrones, which was also amazing. I cannot wait for this week's episode because it's going to involve the Night King and the Ice Army. So should be very, very good. I'm super looking forward to that. I apologize. I've been working a lot and I hate my life. At the end of the day.
I also bought this blind box here. It looks like it's going to be some random food dishes. I don't know. I bought this because I think Rebecca is really going to like this, and this is a thank you for earlier
Well,
when
exactly.
when
She
she
looked
called
out
and
for us.
exactly let us know what the deal was, how people were missing out on our
a
greatest
thank you,
episode
but you're
ever.
gonna open up.
Of course, she doesn't mind. Oh my God! Look at that.
Let me see.
It's like a whole
It's like an,
It's a whole meal, a course of.
that's hilarious.
That's.
All right, I couldn't stop myself. So, one of the things that was here. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a whole.
like a whole meal.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, it's
And
got a
it comes
freaking
like a little
wok,
wok.
too.
Yeah, and a
That's awesome. I like the rice pad. It's
Yeah.
cool too.
Yep.
So
And a little bowl of soup.
Now that is something that would only be made in Japan.
Yes.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what I ended up getting was a petite guy. This one is Surfacer Gray and Placard. So it's a Gundam style kit, it's Gunpla kit, and you do cut it apart, put it together like a model. And this is actually they had one built, and this is what he is when it comes out. And you can it's a little dry erase board, so you can actually write whatever you want on it. So be prepared to probably see this on the 5Alive table almost every week now, because that's just too cool.
Can I just interrupt you for a second?
Whoa.
Because there's a whole. I'll have to get up real close.
Dude.
There's a whole dinner set for these figures. You got a little toaster oven.
That's awesome.
The wok, the bowl, a stove, and all these different spices. That's pretty insane. I might have to get more of these and collect them all. I don't know.
It is a really cool line. The quality of the product too is actually surprising. Like for being so small, they really did a good job on the detail. But that's again, we're looking at earlier. We're looking at that Jin Rowe figure and going, "Oh, it's so ahead of its time." Well, guess what? I mean, this is
That's what happens.
that.
You know, at the time it was probably ahead of the time, but now they can do so much. They can do so much more with technology and tools and everything like that. You know, so sculpting and all that good stuff. But yeah,
wow. It's even got the wood grain.
Yep. So I'm gonna box this back up and give this to, like I said, Rebecca.
We took away your blind boxing, your
That's
blind
right.
unboxing, but
She doesn't care. Honestly, I think she'll just like the fact that she's getting some tiny stuff. I remember she showed me a video of this dude. Yeah,
Tiny stuff.
she loves tiny stuff. I
just love to go into her house and it's like
understand.
everything's
So tiny.
little.
I remember one day we were working together and she showed me a YouTube video of this guy like using tiny utensils to make
Oh, I was gonna
I've
get
seen
one of
that
those.
video.
Okay. I was gonna buy one of those where you put together like it looks like lasagna or a pizza, and you make like the dough, but it's really just like all rehydrated food, and you
Yes.
kind of like stack building
Yep.
stuff. Yeah, totally weird, but I wanted to get it, but it takes like 20 to 30 minutes to make these things, and we really don't have the time to sit here and
When
make
do
an
I have
entire.
20 to 30 minutes
On break?
ever?
On break, yeah,
Yeah,
make
break,
it a break, and then eat it all in one big handful because it's only like 2 little pieces of candy, and it costs $25. I think we're good. I think we covered a lot of bases and got a crap load of
Look at all
toys
this
here
stuff.
today. And you know what though, the destructive part of me just wants to seriously just.
Yeah, there is a part of me that just wants to take that Mythic Legions figure and run away.
So Corn Boy, I think that's a call to you. He's saying, please.
It's so nice.
Well-
I can't.
Oh, there's this Batman fidget spinner.
there you go. But see, here's the thing. Martin. When we get 100 subscribers, you might be able to win this Mythic Legion figure. So
It's not in the package. How do you win something that's not in the
This
package?
Akiba there is also going to be given away. And
That doesn't even belong to me. That belongs to Akiba Underground. Now you're giving away things that aren't even mine. Dude, you can't do that. We're getting the big no from the other side of the camera. It's a thumbs down.
boo.
So, with that, we have been 5Alive. I am Bobby T.
I'm Martin.
I'm Crza.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, or I apologize, Twitter and Instagram, 5Alive VP, and we are 5Alive VEEPEE on Facebook.
Yeah, and make sure that you watch the live shows so you can contact us and tell us when we're
We
having
have
technical
technical
difficulties.
Please.
And
But,
then,
I mean, honestly, if you could just take a shot in the dark, and if you know we're doing a live show, we're
There's
having
technically,
technical
because
difficulties.
if you help us out, we'll get you cool stuff.
Yeah,
See? So there you
get
go.
toys.
Yeah.
So, so we have a few hashtags. The
Yes.
hashtag for this is 5Alive Live. Now, what's interesting
We should
is
change that to like 5Alive technical difficulties.
we really
But,
should.
yeah.
Well, what's funny
5Alive
is
live with a question mark.
so there's that group of ass clowns, the 5Alive group who just got kicked off of America's Got Talent.
So I guess they
So
didn't
their
have any
days are
now.
now numbered. They're just the boy band that does covers. They haven't apparently heard that there's pentatonics, so there's really one a cappella band out there, and everyone else is I don't even know what.
Oh, I
So-
see. I disagree. I think the guys who did the a cappella version of Battery are much better.
Oh, dude, that's
Dusk.
no. What is it? They're in my head
Il
right
Canto.
now. El Canto, yes, dude, those guys are awesome.
No, they're not.
No, I'm with it. I love
terrible.
it. I love
That's
it.
it. Now I know what we're listening to
Oh,
while we're
is it
driving
Van
home.
Canto?
Van Canto.
Van Canto, that's what it
it's
is.
the worst.
Yeah, it's so to actually quickly go into this.
No,
what we're
please
talking about
don't.
is Battery by Metallica, and their version is like they do your basic acapella stuff, but instead of like bass lines, they just go battery.
Stop. Nope. Nope, we're not doing it.
They have
I'm
a
not-
drummer. That's the crazy part. They have a drummer because they want to do all kinds
I
of like
regret
double kick
bringing it
pedal.
up.
Oh well, you're lucky right now that I can't do outgoing music right now.
You're right.
Because I think in a future episode where it's us,
Yeah.
every time Martin talks, I'm just gonna it'll be Van Canto over everything Martin has.
Rebecca will be ecstatic.
To say. Rebecca, what's
But
your
your mo-
favorite music? That's what we're gonna play over Martin.
But your mother will be devastated.
My mother would be
All right?
so mad.
Just move it along.
She seriously, no, really, she seriously does. It's every time I mention, like, okay, our live episode, or our episode with Cornboy, I
Yes.
didn't get to tell you about this one.
Oh, no.
So I said, so how did you like the interview? She said it was very good. You guys, you guys were asking questions. It moved along nicely.
Which
she
is
goes-
what you do.
She said, she goes, so you did your job nicely. And I'm like, okay, my mom just kind of burned me. And then, so I was like, so what did you think of the interview? She goes, well, Martin was great. He asked good questions. And then she stops and goes, don't wear your wedding ring on the show. I said, why? She goes, because you touch too much, you dummy. It's like, my mom is grilling me right now. Like, it was a roast.
I like how she criticizes you, praises Martin, and
He's
I'm
not-
nowhere. I'm nowhere
Chris
in
is
the.
nothing.
I'm not even there. I'm not even a blip on the
You
radar.
are, in the world of entertainment, you are the Greendale University human being. You're a gray blob of indistinct
Yeah.
human flesh mass. When it comes to my mother, apparently. So
It's the greatest thing in the world.
it's really so funny. Like, it's the amount she loves Martin is beyond the pale. I don't get it. So I don't even like him that much, and he's actually my friend.
Yeah, I don't understand how his wife loves him.
Well, that's a whole other thing.
True.
She calls me about it all the time. It's some rough stuff. Yeah, we got hashtag 5Alive Live. Those ass clowns are out. We also have Crza's hashtag.
Yes, hashtag 5Alive RRR for the Red River rivalry that's going to be happening in October between Texas and Oklahoma. So if you're an Oklahoma Sooners fan and Texas wins, you got to wear some Texas gear. If the Sooners win, I will wear a Sooner shirt on the show. If, like I said, if Texas wins, you got to wear some Longhorns gear and post it to our Instagram.
So that's 5Alive RRR.
Yes.
And I just noticed you're drinking the coffee. What is that?
I did. This one is cappuccino flavored, real brewed.
okay.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. We did. Martin was drinking the other one. Which
Yeah,
we
he's
already
got the
drank.
milk coffee,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one we drank. I think in our first.
Yeah, like
first
back when we
live.
first did this.
Yeah. So they're both very good. Yeah.
So
Hashtag
Martin has a
5Alive
hashtag.
coffee
I do.
drinks.
It's 5Alive ARRR, which is our pirate themed. Anytime you have anything to do with pirates, whether they be Somali, old time Caribbean,
I didn't expect you to say Somali pirate.
maybe watching a movie you rented illegally. Anything
Anything that's
having
got to
with
do with
pirating,
piracy.
Just let us know. 5Alive ARRR.
Also, I have one. Dude, I hate stubbing my toe. 5Alive ARGH. Charlie Brown all day. I had one other thing to say. I'm looking at the table and I can't remember. Oh, that's what it is. So 5Alive toy picks. If you use that hashtag on Facebook or Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we're going to see it. And when we reach our 100 subscribers and do our giveaway for that, we're also going to do a live on the air. We're going to see some of these awesome figure picks, whether it's your collection, figures you like, figures you think are garbage, whatever it is.
Things you
Dude,
just purchased.
we love action figures, clearly. So if you take pictures and put them up there, we're going to check out the ones we like the most.
Yep.
Winner of that, right there, you're going to win a prize pack. There'll be a T-shirt. There's going to be probably some pops. There's going to be all kinds of
My
figures.
glasses.
Martin's glasses,
At
the
least you're
Surge
giving.
can.
At least you're giving away stuff that you can.
Yeah, it's his own stuff. Probably this fidget spinner. Why am I giving away things
Crza's
now?
anal virginity, all sorts of things.
That's long gone. That is long gone, my friend.
That was 5 Live episode 3 for the live episode. It was called Crza's Bunger. Also technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Technical difficulties. The sequel.
The squeak one.
Yeah.
oh yeah, every sequel's got.
Oh, there is a disclaimer to these toy picks. They have to be in their original mold, right? You can't take heads
They're-
off or.
Gray Mass should stop talking about toy customizing. Gray Mass sounds like a Japanese speed metal.
Dude, that's gonna be my new gamer tag. Xbox Live gamer tag. Gray
Gray Mass.
Mass.
That's
Yeah.
a badass name, though. I really got to say that's
But
pretty
then
awesome.
you explain what the meaning behind the name is, and
Because
everyone
my mother
gets
just
sad.
doesn't care.
I'm just static. I'm just static to her when I
Bob's
talk.
mom doesn't care. You know what? It actually reminds me
Hashtag
of.
Bob's mom don't care.
She is a fan of Black Mirror, so this does remind me of the episode where
Yes.
the dude gets blocked
That's
and
exactly
he's
it.
just
Yeah.
Yep.
indescript static. That's basically my mother's block.
You're-
Crza. Now she's gonna come out and go, no, I love Crza.
Yeah.
No, it's too late now.
Yeah,
You're
we
William
know. We
Kennedy
know your
Blue
true
Dot. That's what
feelings.
you are.
That's right. That's okay. America loves me. Spain loves me. I know it.
It's funny, actually, our viewership in Spain went from 1.2% to like 3.7%. We're picking up fans in Spain somehow.
I just got to keep talking about Barcelona,
Again.
keep talking about Real Madrid, mention the
saw- yeah,
Spanish.
soccer
There
talk,
you go.
So-
One alive, football. There you go. That's
Football, anime.
That's all it is. It's just soccer
Football,
and anime.
and putting things correctly. He takes out his 90-degree. He fixes. He plays stack and blocking all day long.
And every episode, he just talks about Shaolin soccer.
Exactly.
It's just playing in the corner.
oh, man, fantastic
Building
movie.
God, I love
great
that
buildings.
movie. We may have to do a sync up with that movie. It's awesome. We're getting a thumbs up,
see?
dude. It's awesome.
It's gonna be a sync of us just going
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just Beavis and
That movie's
Butthead the
great.
entire thing. I just saw they're remaking a soccer movie where it's kind of based in feudal China with mystical. Everyone's got mystical
dude,
powers,
sounds good.
and they do a soccer match in like this funny trailer where it is exactly the first match they have in Shaolin soccer,
Nice.
where it's like war and the guy gets the stick
Yep.
and he's imagining that and everyone's getting destroyed. It's that, but in
They're
feudal
using
China.
they're using a real human head as a ball.
yeah.
It might
No, that would
have
be Mayan soccer.
Yeah, that's Mongolian soccer. So I think with that, we have been 5Alive.
Yeah, the lights are turning off. I think the
Yeah,
shops
these people
they
are
want,
ready
yeah,
to-
They're like,
exactly.
can these idiots stop talking about toys? It's fucking over, guys.
Get out.
Now, what's funny is if we were back in my house, we go, okay, we're done. Now let's talk about some more stuff.
Exactly. Let's talk about toys.
I guess our last quick thing, we are going to be starting a Pathfinder game.
Yes.
And we're
Starfinder.
It's
Starfinder.
Starfinder. Okay.
It's a
So
new. It's a new.
we are going to start
thing coming
Starfinder,
out.
and then right after those episodes will be right after our live episodes.
Yep.
I think we're going to move our live episode to 8 o'clock. Go from 8 till 9, and then at 9:30 come on live with
Truthfully,
a-
it's 8:30 to 9:30 because it takes us about a half an
Yeah.
hour. with all
because
the
of
DD
all
and
of the
everything.
technical
Yeah.
difficulties. So yeah, in the neighborhood. So, but then right after that, our technical difficulties with Starfinder will happen, and then
Yep.
eventually we'll get an episode.
Yeah.
So that episode's going to be simulcast. You're going to be able to see us playing live and throw in your opinions and jokes, whatever, on the side, and we'll have someone monitoring that. So it's going to be pretty fun. We're making all of our own characters. I think we're going to get a Rocket ripoff.
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon based ripoff. So far, my names are either Missile Mouse or V2 Vermin.
There you go.
So,
I said, why not go with Trash Panda 2.0?
that's a good one too.
My guy's gonna be kind of roughly like somewhere where Taserface meets Chuckles from G.I. Joe.
Nice.
So we'll
Yep.
see how that works out.
Awesome.
Have you put any thought into your?
I've browsed the character creation. I haven't decided.
He's
yet.
more just been browsing the rules,
Yes,
combing over
dude,
them
oh,
so he
man.
can rule Nazi.
So
So
we
he
can
can
put
just
everything in
destroy
its
us.
place.
Oh.
He's rule Nazi.
Yeah.
Oh hey, we all need
He's
it.
We called him Bolto when we played D&D before because he just moves the game
So,
along.
so you should just name him Bobby T.
Yeah, there you go.
This is the Bobby T character. So all right, guys, I think we're all done. We will see you next week, somewhere around 9 o'clock.
Sure, why not?
Who knows? I don't know. It's not me.
And make sure you subscribe so you can find all of our new videos.
Fidgeting.
Oh God, please stop. Oh no!
I knew I was gonna knock it all over.